Hey, what's up, everybody? How we doing? Happy Saturday to everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. And today's episode of one of my hopefully more tech talk reviews. Um, Today we're going to be doing a phone versus phone episode today. Now, before I jump into the video, I'm going to give out some shout outs to a few of my friends out there. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my daughter Melanie. Love you, sweetheart. I want to give a few shout outs to my boy Jojo. You know who you are, my friend. Um, Give out another shout out to my friend John Booth and Paul Levesque, Jetpack Superheroes. If you don't know who they are, go on YouTube, check them out at Jetpack Superheroes on YouTube. So before I want to get into the video, I just want to say I am actually rocking the Johnny Cash shirt. Pretty nice, huh? Not going to tell anybody where I got this because people are going to start saying, "No, well, you paid for what you paid for," which, oh well. So today, like I said, I am going to do a phone versus phone review today. Now, this is going to be the first time on my page, on my YouTube channel, I should say. So today we're going to be looking at the Nokia 3V and compare it to the Revvl 5G. That's right, folks. We're going to do a phone versus phone review today. So today, like I said, is going to be a little different today. So, and I will be reading you the specs for each phone, and then I'm going to give my personal opinion on who actually wins, which this one's going to be a no freaking brainer right here. So I'm going to start off with this. Not the best phone that Verizon has on their network. Yes, this is a Verizon phone. This phone right here is actually, it actually feels pretty good on your hands. And the specs on this phone are just downright horrible. I don't know what Verizon and Nokia were thinking on actually making this type of phone. See, because I actually wiped out the entire memory on this phone. So basically, this is a you got to do your own activation, get a new number and stuff. In which I've had so much trouble with this phone on activating. I had to literally go to Verizon and have them help me activate the phone, in which that's something normally I don't do. So let's jump right into this hunk of junk right here. So like I said, I have the specs up. I'm still trying to learn how to do my own videos on YouTube and stuff. And so far, I'm doing an okay job. I'm not, not the best. I'm not the worst. But yeah, hopefully you guys can understand where I'm coming from. So the specs on the Nokia 3V by Verizon, actually, before I actually jump right into the specs, let's take a look at the phone before we actually dive right in. So the main thing is the body on this, as you can tell, I know you can't see the IMEI number on the back. This phone on the back, it's got a dark blue color. As you can see, probably hopefully it comes out pretty good on this phone. You obviously got the Nokia symbol on the back and the Verizon on the back, and same thing on the front. You just have the Nokia on the front. So I'm going to start off with a small amount of good features on this phone. The camera on the back here is actually okay. It's not the best. It's not the worst either. On this one only has one speaker on this. On the bottom right here, you got these two speakers on the bottom. It can actually get pretty loud, yeah, for the most part. As you can tell, it's got the old school charging port. It's not like other phones where it's got the C charging cable for most phones that are nowadays. Especially if you've got like an iPhone, Samsung, those type of phones on this. Another cool feature about this Nokia phone is that when you actually charge this phone on the side here, that actually lights up. That's actually pretty cool. You don't see that many phones nowadays that actually have that. So I'm going to start off with the back. It's got a non-removable back, and I'm particularly a fan of that. I don't like removing the back to it. You got your standard slot here where you need the special type of key to open it. On the side here, it's got the power button here, and then right here, I know you guys can't see that, but it's got the volume key on the back, and then obviously the camera, and then there's got the flash in the back. So this camera right here, folks, is a 13 megapixel camera. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. It's mediocre, but yeah, I would rather say it's okay at best. On the front facing camera, this is the one thing I hate about certain phones. They have the water drop camera out in the front, and this actually has a 5 megapixel camera. Why? Why would you have a 5 megapixel front facing camera? Most phones, if you're on a low budget phone, yeah, get it. But honestly, if you want more value for your phone, don't pick this phone up. So now let's go further into the specs on this phone. So this phone was actually released on August 23rd of 2019. So it's actually 13 months old, if you want to be technical like that. It's got a 6.3-inch display. It's got 1520 by 720 pixels. I've already said about the camera. The camera is 13 megapixel single rear-facing camera and 5 megapixel for the front camera. For the hardware, it's got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 429. Now, most phones have more on the Snapdragon than you got on most phones that are out now. So I actually got this phone at Walmart for $88, which most people say, "Oh, that's a steal." Well, it's really not a steal. It's not really a steal at all. It's just basically it's an $80, almost a $90 phone that's got poor specs on it. Now, this is where they should ban this. And when I'm about to say, you people are going to be like, "You're right." So it's got a 2 gigabyte RAM processing unit in the back, in which that should be outlawed. That should be banned because most phones nowadays are basically 4 GB RAM and up. So that's a big no-no. So basically, I know I said before that Nokia's making a comeback, but not with this phone, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you that right now. There's another thing that really, really got me aggravated was storage. 16 gigabyte storage inside the phone. Who the hell puts 16 gigabytes of internal storage in a phone? If I was a manufacturer that was making phones, I would not make it a 16 gigabyte storage unit. It's got the micro SD XC, where you do have the function, not function, you do have the ability to take like your micro SD card. I know this is just a spare one that's been lying around. I personally never use it. Actually, I just want to see how many gigs you can store. It's actually 2 gigabytes of your own space, and then there's 6 gigabytes of Move Music. It's MUVE Music. I've never personally heard of that before, but like I said, so it's got a 4,000 mAh. I know people have said it, and I still can't pronounce it, so forgive me on that. It's got the 4,000 mAh battery, which it's supposed to be good, but most phones that I've seen have 45, 100 mAh battery. The Operating system runs on Android 9.0 Pie. But I did actually upgrade the software on this, so it's running on 10, and it actually makes the phone not great. It puts it further down, the line. So let's get further into the specs, which I've already said. The resolution on the screen. Actually, there's one part that I actually did miss. It's got a 19:9 ratio, a 269 ppi. The screen to body ratio is 80.47%. Features on it, it's got the ambient light sensor and a proximity sensor. Excuse me. I've already said about the system chip. The processor, it's got a quad-core 1950 megahertz ARM Cortex-A53 64-bit 12nm. The GPU is Adreno 504. It's got a 2 gigabyte RAM on there, which that's completely crap. It does have the storage expansion micro SDXC up to 128 gigabytes. I already said about the Android 9.0 Pie, which I have the Android 10 on there. The battery, I've already said about the battery, the capacity of it, and the type is a lithium-ion non-user replaceable battery, which that's a definite must. I've also mentioned about the camera on the phone, which I'm not too thrilled about the camera. The specifications on the main rear camera is aperture size f2.2, sensor size 1/3 inch, pixel size 1.2 UM, if I'm saying that right. When you do videos on there, it's a 1920 by 1080 full HD, 30 frames per second. The front camera is, like I said, a 5 megapixel wide angle. So that's basically the specs on the phone. Excuse me. Which I don't like the specs on this at all. As far as multimedia goes, it's got the 3.5 millimeter jack for the headphones. It's got an earpiece, a loudspeaker. It's got the screen mirroring is a wireless screen share, which I've never even probably even used. It's got an FM radio, and it says here it's got an additional microphone for noise cancellation, which that's a big. Sorry, had to. Which this phone does not have noise cancellation at all. The Bluetooth connectivity and features of Bluetooth has got 4.2 for the Bluetooth. It's got Wi-Fi Direct and hotspot. It's got the micro USB 2.0. Also, obviously, it's got GPS on there, and it's got Cell ID, which basically I think mostly every phone's got caller ID now. It's got Wi-Fi positioning on there. Excuse me. It's got an accelerometer, which I've never even heard of that. So basically, like I said, it actually got approved in this regulatory approval. The FCC approved this phone on November 3rd of 2019, which basically that's like saying, hey, I'm late to the party. So, I mean, for the price for this phone specifically, the Nokia 3G, 3V, it's really not the best phone that Nokia has made. I know Nokia has made better phones, but lately I've been seeing that Nokia's been dropping the ball quite a lot lately, because I've actually been to like stores like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and nobody's buying Nokia anymore. It's basically, like I said before, remember the little Nokia phones that everybody and their brother had one? Now it's like Nokia's making a comeback and nobody's really buying Nokia phones anymore. And that's what really, really gets me tipped off. So enough of that phone. Now let's go into the Revvl 5G. This phone, before I actually get into the phone, I actually like the way this phone is set up. It's got the Pixel, we got 3 camera system in the back. I absolutely love this. As you can tell, it's from T-Mobile, but I actually have it on Metro by T-Mobile, in which if you actually go to Metro by T-Mobile, this is actually a $400 phone. If you actually switch from like AT&T or Verizon or Boost Mobile or Sprint, you can actually, when you actually switch, they'll knock off $200 for this phone, and you'll pay $200 for the phone, which that is, ladies and gentlemen, a steal. So, like I said, let's get into the phone itself. As you can see, it's got the faded magenta, like the black, and then it's got the faded magenta going into it. I absolutely love that. So when I actually saw the commercial for this, I wanted to get this phone. So the cool part is it's got the, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there it is. It's got a hole punch for the front-facing camera, which is awesome. It's just like the Moto G stylus that I had, which I would have to say this phone beats out the Moto G stylus. So the other thing too is this has actually got dual speakers. You can actually this up here actually acts as a speaker, and I'm not 100% sure because I know this. It looks like there's 2, but I do believe this one is actually acts as a speaker. So like I said, it's got the dual speakers. If I'm wrong on this, and if someone has this phone and says, "Hey, that's not a speaker," the bottom one is, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure that this top one actually acts as a speaker too, because I know this acts as the when you make the phone calls and stuff. So yeah, I keep making huge fingerprints on this. Yeah, it's a pain, I know, but so this phone. Before I get into anything else, I'm going to do a comparison here. These 2 phones here. This still has 4G LTE. Verizon claims that they have 5G LTE. I mean, the 5G, which that's a complete BS call right there. And I'm saying that right now. That is a BS call because this Revvl 5 phone, Revvl 5G, has 5G. So when you get this phone and you have it set up and everything, you will have 5G, not 4G LTE, 5G. So now let's get into the specs on this phone. So actually, well, before I actually get into the specs, I actually want to say the Revvl 5G did the same thing as the Nokia 3V. This side button here actually lights up when you charge it. And you got the volume key here, and then you got the same thing with the 3Vs. It's got the slot here where you can put in your micro SD card, and it's got the SIM card, and this one's got the let's see if I can get it in. So hopefully you guys can see it. It's got the C charging thing there, which perfect. It's perfect for me. I actually like that better. So now I'm going to read you guys the specs for the Revvl 5G. So it's got the size of the phone is 6.5 inches. Excellent. Resolution 2340 by 1080 pixels. 19.5 5:9 ratio. 395 ppi. The screen to body ratio is 83.07%. Beautiful. And same thing, it's got the ambient light sensor and the proximity sensor. Now this is where it literally takes the Nokia 3V and it does this. Throws it away. So hopefully you guys like that. Usually I don't throw my stuff unless if it's something I don't like. So, so now let's get into the hardware. The system shit. Yeah, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. My English is starting to become really, really bad today. I don't know why. The system chip, Qualcomm Snapdragon 765 SM 7250AA. What else can I say about that? The processor is an octa-core 2400 megahertz Cryo 475 64-bit 7nm. The GPU is an Adreno 620. Now, get this, ladies and gentlemen. The RAM on the Revvl 5G, this phone here, 6 gigabyte RAM. Wow. That is awesome. 4 gigabytes more than the other one. Wow. It's got the LPDDR4. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the internal storage, this what tickled my funny bone. The internal storage, 128 gigabytes. So you basically are left after, all the other stuff. I think it's still like, I want to say 108 and maybe 115 gigabytes left. Can't go wrong with that. The storage expansion, if you have a micro SD card, up to 256 gigabytes. My seal of approval, ladies and gentlemen. It's right off the bat, Android 10 operating system. Now, the battery. This is what I like. The battery is a 4500 mAh battery. Way better than the other battery, I can tell you that right now, ladies and gentlemen. Same thing on the back. Non-replaceable back to it, so you can't take the back off. And yeah, there you go. If you have to literally go out of your way to get, let's say something happened to your phone, you have to go back, and if you have insurance on the phone, you can just replace it with the same one. Now let's get into the cameras, in which this is where it literally got me like, I gotta get this phone. So the rear cameras is 3, as you can see on the back. There's 3 cameras in the back. It has got a triple camera feature. There is the main camera is a 48 megapixel PDAF rear facing camera. There's the second camera is a 8 megapixel ultra wide, and the third camera is a 5 megapixel macro. Video recording in there, and it's really good. The cameras on that are phenomenal. And the front-facing camera is a 16 megapixel front-facing camera, which that's definitely double thumbs up, double seal of approval for me. Okay, now let's get into the dimensions now and the design of the phone. It is 6.51 by 3 by 0.37 inches. Its weight is 7.58 ounces, 215 grams. It says here that the material, the back is plastic, which it doesn't really, like if you look at it, it doesn't even look like it's plastic at all. I mean, it's got that nice sleek design on the back, which this phone actually feels a lot more better in your hands than the 3V. The biometrics, it's got three ways you can unlock the phone. Not on that junk. This one here, the Revvl 5G. It has got obviously, if you don't want to, it's got the you can put in a pin on there. It's got a 2D face unlock, and it's got the fingerprint sensor in the back, which that's definitely what I like right now. So the keys, it's got the right volume control, lock unlock key. It says Nebula Black, which really doesn't look like a Nebula Black, does it? But who cares about the color? So, reading up on this, it's got the 3.5 millimeter jack for the headphones. It's got an earpiece, loudspeaker, same thing, wireless screen share, additional microphone for noise cancellation, which I could care less about it. Bluetooth is A lot better than the Nokia 3V. Let me actually get back onto the Nokia 3V. The Bluetooth on the Nokia 3V is a 4.2. The Revvl 5G is 5.0. USB, the charging cable is a Type C, and it's reversible. Wow, I didn't know that you can actually. It's actually a reversible. It's got GPS. It's got the AGPS, caller ID, Wi-Fi positioning, accelerometer. This one on the Revvl 5G, it's got the NFC, which on the Nokia 3V it doesn't have that. On the Revvl 5G, it's got the hearing incompatible and M3T4. So it got announced actually not that long ago. For availability, it was on August 27th of 2020. Yes, this pandemic, which, it's sad. But, so like I said, this video, which I'm actually surprised, I'm actually over my normal 15, 17-minute video that I normally do for you guys. So, like I said, so I'm going to have to bring this stupid thing back here. So, like I said, this is a double featurette today, so this is actually going to be a really lengthy video. So, what we have here, folks, I apologize for actually my fingers in front of the... So, today's winner on the phone versus phone challenge. Yes, that's right. This is the first ever for this YouTube channel. Nokia 3V. Went up against the Revvl 5G. Today's winner, and probably until next year, Revvl 5G. Especially when you got 4G LTE compared to 5G. 5G blows this crap out of the water more than 20 times. I can tell you that right now. So, like I said, don't get me wrong. Doing a size comparison, okay, I do have it evened up, folks. And as you can tell, the 5G is bigger. And like I said, folks, the 3V, if you're looking for a decent budget phone, don't even waste your money when you go to the store. Don't even waste your money on this crap. Because Nokia, or Verizon, Nokia, whatever you want to call it, dropped the ball on this phone because a lot of people were saying, oh yeah, it's a good phone, this and that, da da da. This phone is crap, especially when you've got 2G RAM on this, going up against a 6GB RAM on this. You can actually get this phone on Metro by T-Mobile and on the T-Mobile network. So, the verdict for today's video, and so on and so forth. Today's winner, the Revvl 5G, folks. If you are really considering getting a new phone and you don't want a cheap phone, don't want to overpay, if you have like Boost Mobile, AT&T, Verizon prepaid, go with this phone. Tell them that I sent you. Tell them that I recommend the 5G, the Revvl 5G, ladies and gentlemen. Because the Revvl 5G, like I said, it's got 5G built in, and comparing it against 4G LTE, it's like it blows 4G LTE sky high. So that's the verdict today. And like I said, I want to give a shout out to my man Joe, who works at the Metro by T-Mobile store here in Taunton, Massachusetts on Winthrop Street. And I also want to give a shout out to the T-Mobile store on Route 44 in Rainham for hooking me up with an OtterBox. You got a case today, because I actually do have a case for the Revvl 5G. This is not a bad case, but it's flimsy. I don't like flimsy cases, but when you get a phone nowadays, you got to get a case for it. It's basically because I like solid cases. As you can tell, I haven't opened this up. I just got back like half an hour ago. I really wanted to do this video today for you guys because I really, really, I've been putting this off for a while. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I am actually glad that I did this video for you guys today because let's face it, if you have to spend the extra, penny for a phone, excuse me, get the Revvl 5G because the Revvl 5G's got 5G already in the phone, and you will see a huge, and I'm talking like huge, huge, huge difference between 4G LTE and 5G. 5G, I know it's just starting to come around and stuff, but let's be real, folks. Revvl 5G blows Nokia out of the water because I've actually owned a Revvl phone before, and I actually like it a lot more better than Nokia phones and Motorola phones. So that's all the time I have today. I will be uploading this as soon as I can. Like I said, folks, today's verdict between the Nokia 3V going up against the Revvl 5G, hands down, your winner today, ladies and gentlemen, the Revvl 5G. There you have it, folks. There you have it. Now I will say this, folks, the 5G, the face recognition, the face unlock, it's fantastic. Yeah, as soon as you hit the power button and you hold it up to your face, within not even a fraction of a half of a second, it will recognize and pick up your face and boom, you're automatically right on your phone. Download speeds are so fast. It's unbelievable. So, not to shoot off anybody's ears with my words today, but like I said, today's winner, ladies and gentlemen, Revvl 5G by Metro by T-Mobile and T-Mobile. If you definitely want to spend the $200, if you want to switch over to Metro by T-Mobile, if you have a different carrier other than T-Mobile, or if you want to pay the $400 right up front, ladies and gentlemen, hands down, the Revvl 5G, undisputed right there. So that's your winner today, folks. Hopefully everybody's staying safe from COVID-19. Hope everybody's doing doing well nowadays. Like I said, I want to give more shout outs to my daughter, my friend Jojo, the Jetpack Superheroes. Another one, Tito Aloha. He's actually got me inspired to actually do phone reviews and actually doing these videos for you guys. I want to give a shout out to my family, all my friends. I love you guys. Stay safe out there. And tune in next time. I will try to post up more videos for you guys, regardless if it's wrestling videos or just my personal opinions, reviews on phones, reviews on games, or whatever, that's going to be another topic I will be doing for you guys. So, that's today's video, guys. Stay safe. God bless to all of you out there, and we'll see you soon.